let's talk about easy body language that'll help you seem young and powerful. If you're already young, I guess it's not relevant, but if you're feeling older, then how do you feel young and powerful?
I'm not young, but I am powerful. Now, you're always sending messages all the time, whether you're aware of it or not just in your words, but in your gestures and your stance and your facial expressions and so on. And people like FBI expert Joe Navarro knows how body language works. And he said that different postures and gestures are sending powerful messages if you know how to use them.
Right. So if you're not Joe Navarro and you would like to know more about this stuff, we're going to teach it to you. So here are some things that you can start using right now. Mike, let's talk about the thumb in the pocket.
Out of the pocket. When you put your hands in your pocket, so I'm going to stand so you can see me here. Keep your thumb out like that. Don't put your thumb in your pocket. I'm up on my toes so you can see it. Anyway, you get the point.
Strong. Yeah.
Thumb should be out. That sends a message of power for various reasons. In fact, it's such a remarkable thing. Anytime you have your hands in your pockets, one hand or the other, always have your thumbs exposed. President John F. Kennedy did this all the time, and so did his brother, Attorney General Bobby Kennedy. You'd see them walking, even with a blazer on, and their hand would be in the pocket with the thumb extended. Powerful message.
Right. The opposite is actually weak and shows, you're timid. It's closed off. If you think any body language stuff that's closed off, including the hands in the pocket, it makes you look weak and timid.
Right. Don't hide those thumbs. Expose those thumbs. There's no law against it yet.
All right.
Now, another one is make sure your weight is balanced with your feet slightly or a little bit more than slightly apart, and take up space when you stand. This is very, very powerful. Powerful people don't quiver and
we're not balanced on a point like a pencil, right? That's timid and weak and unbalanced. We want to be a sturdy foundation.
Right, and don't put all your weight on one foot with your arms folded and hunched like this. This says that you're weak, timid, afraid of the people around you. Your hands should either be on your hips. You don't have to do the fists like Superman, but hands on your hips or your arms folded. This is a power position. And the police variant of the arms folded is the one I do all the time. I don't interlock them as a martial artist because it tangles your arms up. Put your hands with your arms on top of each other because you can immediately separate them to defend yourself. But standing with your feet planted, feet apart, arms like this, standing tall, this or like that, it sends a very powerful message. And if you're sitting on a couch, take up space. Taking up space is a sign of personal power.
All right, so let's talk about steepling. We've already done a video on this, but we'll remind you of it. We do it a lot. Steepling is a great gesture to seem authoritative.
Right, it makes it seem like you know what you're talking about. And Joe Navarro said that professional speakers and presenters should use steepling a lot. It sends an authoritative, powerful message that they know what they're talking about.
Okay, now let's talk. What about pointing?
Oh, be careful with pointing.
Yeah.
That's very bad in some cultures. It can be seen almost like cursing people. Pointing is very bad manners like this. My family members are always doing this. It's terrible. So we're going to give you two options. The first one is the bladed hand. The bladed hand is if you point, this is how they do it at Disney World. Someone says, oh, where's the Space Mountain ride? They don't say, oh, it's over here. They use the bladed hand. Go over there. Point with the entire hand. You'll offend nobody. It's powerful. Or you can use two fingers. But some people see that as like a gun. So we say go with the bladed hand. It's your best bet. I like the bladed hand.
I noticed, just as a quick interlude here, that Mike would do this all the time when recentering attention on a conversation. He would do a quick step in, and I actually named it that, blading of the hand. I don't know if
it gets people's attention.
I don't know if anyone else calls it that, but I called it blading the hand.
Whereas this would not have worked so well.
Right. It works really well. Let's talk about walking.
Okay, the royal walk. This is a very cool body language trick. King Charles, formerly Prince Charles, you'll see he does this all the time. Well, maybe not so much now he's older, but he did it all the time. When someone of power and authority walks, they don't cover up, they don't protect themselves. You know about the thumb sticking out of the pocket? That's good. They walk with their hands behind their back. This is a very powerful message. It's saying, I am exposing my genitals to attack. That's how
so
unafraid of you I am. So they're just saying, it's like a bagman of the confessor, right?
Yeah.
You're walking like this. When you have your hands behind your back, the arms quite straight, not pulled up tight, walking like that, especially in a crowd, it shows you're extremely confident because you're unprotected. You're not even protecting the crown jewels.
Would you say that's true even for standing still? Standing there. If you stand tall, so you're not all timid and weird and balanced on, a pointy spot, but you're standing foundationally and you've got your hands behind your back, that seems to work for me too.
Saying unafraid of attack. And if you're watching this from inside a penitentiary, It's not a good choice to walk around with your hands behind your back. You'll probably get shivved. But let's talk about looking or seeming younger than you are.
This is the best one, save for last, because it's about motion.
Right. When you move through crowds or in social settings, move smoothly and quickly. To seem younger, Dr. Lieberman says move quicker, but smoothly, not furtively. Stand tall with power postures. Speak audibly and clearly. Don't whisper or trail off when you're talking. That says timidity. You speak clearly, firmly, and make sure that you're standing tall the whole time, but moving a little bit quicker shows you're young. If you're walking to an elevator, walk briskly. Don't saunter like you can barely move.
Yeah, moving with energy and with regularity, with smoothness. I think it's important because what I've observed is people who seem timid and uncomfortable, they kind of, it's jittery. It's like a chipmunk.
Yeah,
you know? Chipmunky motion.
Chipmunks are nice, but you don't want to be one. Now, we went to a wedding in Schenectady last year. A friend of ours, we went to his wedding. He works for us, great guy. And I'm in my 70s, and we're at the wedding, at the reception afterwards. I'm talking to this nice guy, Joe, and I said, now that I'm, I was 70 at the time. He said, you're 70. He said, there's no effing way.
There's no way you're in your 70s.
Refuse to believe it, because I move quicker, I move with some authority, and I feel strong when I move. I'm confident in feeling young. So realize you can present as much younger than you are.
But Mike, what if somebody actually wants to look old? How would they be? What would be the opposite of that?
Oh, it's easy. Don't turn your head. Turn your body. Oh, hi. Yeah, so you're just crippled by arthritis. Move slowly and carefully as though you're afraid of falling or you got joint pain. And if you really want to seem old, slump a lot. Wear shorts that are up to here, and wear a hat covered with golf course pins. And don't forget to wear brown sandals with black nylon dress socks. You'll look old really, really quickly. And cover your vehicle with bumper stickers from Santa's Village and SeaWorld. And be sure to brag about how many medications you take and how excited you are about your next hip replacement. And lose as much muscle tone in your arms and legs as you can. Then you'll really look old. And of course, never, ever listen to Black Sabbath, Opeth, or Strapping Young Lad.
All right, I hope you enjoyed this video on body language secrets to seem more young and energetic, and use them, your life will be better. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks once again, and good night.